Hey, what's up, guys? Uncle Rob here. Just wanted to do this quick video on the Ironhead. I've been working on my house a lot for the last couple months. Pretty much every weekend I've spent in there, and so I haven't been out to the garage very much. But I wanted to today. Just kind of had an itch. I wanted to come out and see if I could get this thing to run. I had a tank that I threw on there, and I had to find a petcock and a chunk of fuel line, and I wanted to throw the set of drag pipes on that I had. So that was kind of my plan for an hour or so here this morning. So those of you that know this bike, I think I posted a video or two of it when I first picked it up. It's an 83, so it's kind of an odd year. A lot of the older stuff doesn't fit. A lot of the newer stuff doesn't fit. But I've had pretty good luck with it so far. I picked it up. I wouldn't call it a basket case by any means, but I mean it was a pile. There was no tins at all on it. It was, the bars were held on by like a bolt, but it had all the wires are all just puking out the other side. But it had good bones. I bought it really cheap. Well, I say really cheap. I mean it was pretty cheap, and I brought it home, did a compression test on it. Got the carburetor all set to the settings that are on the S&S website for the motor. I adjusted the push rods. I did a compression check on it. I retorqued the heads. And did the compression check, and it came out good. So I got it to run. I threw a little tank on there, fuel, and did get it to fire up and kind of get it dialed in. Got the carburetor adjusted as good as I could without running it down the road. But yeah, so this is where it's at now. I had the Badlander seat kicking around with another batch of junk that I had. The rear fender a buddy of mine had. The tank another buddy of mine had that I actually bought pretty much a whole bike in pieces. And he had bought that tank for a project and hadn't used it, so stabbed that on there. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to run it this morning. It's over on the side of my garage that typically is just for parts and storage. I've got a couple other bikes over here. They got this Evo that we did the 1200 kit on earlier last year. This one here that I picked up. So yeah, I typically don't work over here. It's just for kind of parts and storage and junk, and more parts and storage and junk. And yeah, but so yeah, this side looks a little bit better. Over here is a fucking mess. I threw this carburetor in the bench, and typically, this bench is on wheels, and it's nice because you can peel stuff apart, and then, underneath you can kind of, throw stuff down there as you're taking it apart, and then wheel the bench around. I typically have it out on the other side of the garage. When I'm working on something, I can wheel it out here and work on it. But the side by side's in here, and it's cold out and whatever. So it's just been over there, just kind of sitting there in storage for the winter. I haven't done anything to it. So, but I wanted to run it this morning. I wanted to get that tank on and just kind of look at it and hear it run. I wanted to put those pipes on, see if they sounded all right, whatever. Yeah. So I'll fire it up real quick for you guys. I do need two hands because I'm messing around with this linkage, the throttle cables, and this piece here. I've had to mess around with and cut it, and lower it down, and weld it back, take some off, and weld it back together. It's been kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest. And I don't know if it's because I've got the wrong cables or what the deal is, but we'll make it work. We have the technology. So I'll put this over here, and here's my phone holder. So I'll put this right here. I need two hands because of that linkage issue. I need two hands to start it. So. There, look at that. Just like it was meant to be. Let's see if the old piece of shit will fire up. It's funny, I went to start it earlier, and actually one of the little lugs on the back of the ignition vibrated apart. I was sitting here turning the key, and the lights weren't coming on. And typical Sportster problems, right? Well, let's see if we can't fill the garage full of smoke. realized the gas was off, so that wouldn't have ran very long. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it's kind of just all thrown together at the moment. But I mean, it does have some, like I said, it does have some cool parts on it. Man, it's got like, it's got the chrome rocker boxes and the side covers. Somebody put a chrome swing arm on it. I don't this it's got some cool stuff. It's got the actually 39 millimeter front end. Somebody did that conversion and put that on there. It's got an external oil cooler, and I don't know. I mean, it's cool. Somebody's chrome oil box and shit. Somebody years ago probably had had some pride in this thing, and probably a pretty shiny fucking bike when it was 20, 30 years ago, whatever. But I think it's cool, and I really want to get it together and ride it, but at least feel it out. The transmission seems to shift through the gears all right, sitting on the bench, and the clutch, feels all right sitting on the bench. Obviously, haven't taken it down the road, so I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching.